Hello, and welcome to this week's episode of Between Carlines. We are your hosts, Christy, Christina, and Jenna, and we are three moms trying to do life in the short daylight hours between Carlines. On today's episode, we discuss Jenna's new house, neighborhood drama, and Thanksgiving tips. So buckle up and enjoy the ride. Welcome back, everyone. We've missed you.
Hey.
Christina, you're definitely going to have to put it in reverse because I have no idea what we talked about on the last pod. It's been a couple weeks now.
So the last pod, we talked about the Eras Tour. We did our recap, and we talked all about periods. Hopping on the pony, Aunt Flo.
Yeah.
It was a period episode. So really the only put it in reverse for that is I want to know if anybody tried the tampons without an applicator.
No.
I didn't. I did try I tried like almost all the other ones you gave us in the junk in the trunk.
We don't need the full rundown on your tampon usage. I was just wondering
because you had said I tried the
you
junk
had said
in the
you were going
ones.
to Sabrina Carpenter and you might take one with you. So I didn't know if you actually took one or.
I did, but not one of the non-applicator.
Yeah.
No, thank you. I'd have to be really desperate.
But that Sabrina Carpenter concert was so much fun and so inappropriate.
A lot of people have taken their little kids to it, I've seen.
There were little kids there, and my mind was blown. And then, I don't know if I told you guys this, but there was a mom and her maybe 8-9-year-old daughter sitting next to us, and the mom just up and left her there for almost... It seemed like an hour, maybe half an hour.
What?
To the point where the little girl, like Sabrina Carpenter came on, and the little girl's looking back like, where's my mom? Where did she go? And it was close to the point where I almost said to her, like, do you need me to go find your mom or something? But
oh my God,
the mom came back with a ton of merch. So I guess she went to go in the merch line and left her daughter there. But there's specifically one song right before they put up a huge parental advisory like sign on all the things. And it definitely needed it because even I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this is happening right now.
There's like this whole family of influencers out in Utah. They're obviously Mormon. And they all took their little kids, like 12, 8, 10, all these kids. And I'm thinking, I feel like this is a little bit like
But I was thinking about it. Religion. And like, I remember at that age, I went to like Y100 had their big concerts or like MTV TRL and like Nelly and the songs I was singing back then. I listen to them now and thinking like, oh my goodness, I can't believe at 8 I was singing some of these songs.
That's true.
So I don't know if it's just like, that's how it is. Or I don't know if the kids, because I guess it is a lot of innuendo. And then people are like, oh, the way she dresses, whatever. And I'm like, well, look at Madonna. Madonna had a whole Like a Virgin song. I mean, that's not even innuendo. That's just straight out there with her cone bra. So I think it's just every generation has...
I think when I was a kid listening to them, I didn't really realize what they were about. I was singing all the words and I knew all the words, but I didn't know what a virgin was, So then I'm like, well, maybe the kids now know, but I feel like the kids now know.
I think they know. Just
one
quick Google search.
But for adults over the age of 18, it was totally fun. It was a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we ended up, because my exchange student had gone to the Olivia Rodrigo concert when that came around, and she said that the Sabrina Carpenter one was better. And so the Guts World Tour came out on Netflix, so we watched it one night. And yeah, it was kind of boring, the Guts one, or Olivia Rodrigo. So I'm kind of glad I didn't drive out to Orlando for it. I don't know. There's just like no set. She had some backup dancers.
Yeah, she fell in a hole the other day.
Yeah, she doesn't really dance as much. Like Sabrina Carpenter was what, like Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera, like the dancing and the singing and the dancers and the huge set. And it was more fun, more of a show.
Good
experience. And none of them hold a candle to Eras Tour, obviously, because that's on another planet. And it's almost over. I think December 9th is the last show.
She's got to be so excited to like take a break.
I don't know. I think she loves it though.
Yeah, but like she's been doing the same show for almost 2 years.
That's true. That's true.
I feel like this is the longest running concert other than like Vegas residencies ever.
Yeah.
People were saying she should do a residency at what's that big globe thing that you went to, Jenna, and walked out of? The Sphere.
Well, you don't really do a residency. It's all video.
Is it? Okay, because that's what someone said, and I'm like, I thought that was video. But I guess they could just play Eras Tour on that, and people would go and dress up and have fun.
I think you have to record it a certain way, kind of like when you record in 3D.
Certain videos, yeah.
But it would be amazing. U2, not my thing. I would probably go back to Vegas to watch the Eras Tour on it, but not YouTube. And like the seats vibrate. It's a whole thing. And it looks like they're there. Like it looked like they were down there.
Looks real.
But they're not. They don't come out to the Sphere every night. But I fell asleep in it.
What else has everyone been up to?
We moved into our new house.
You sound real excited about it.
That's kind of a big
so
thing.
Much work. It is a big thing. We're excited. It's great. It's perfect. It really fits our needs. It's just a lot of like things ended up in many different places. We had stuff at the warehouse. We had stuff with us. We had stuff. My brother-in-law had stuff. Like, so things are just showing up that I haven't seen in a few months, and like I don't know what to do with them, and it's like chaotic.
Well, plus you want to renovate some things, so
we want to like nothing now. Probably wait a few months before we do anything, but and I feel like the people that had this house before may have been shorter stature, and like Joe is tall. Joe's like 6'2". And like the microwave, I am eye level with the microwave. I've never been eye level with a microwave that's mounted above the stove. And so like I make my coffee in the morning on the stove, and the microwave is all like, all the steam is all over. I'm like, this can't be safe. But, and like the bathroom and the guest bathroom is like super low. It's like perfect height for Frankie. He doesn't even need a stool. He can just use it.
Frankie doesn't need a stool?
Yeah, it's very low. But the other bathroom in the master, totally normal.
Maybe they had it set up for the kids.
Things. I don't know. They were the original owners. They bought it in like 79. But I think even the husband must have been smaller as well. Because like the closets were low. Like I had to move all of Joe's like racking up higher to like even fit a shirt to hang right. So just things like that, just figuring it out, like buying furniture, TVs. It's a journey. And we had internet issues. So we didn't have internet for a week, which is like,
yeah, that's rough.
We don't need to repeat that.
We're done. Is the fence, when's the fence going in?
The fence goes in on Thursday. So we will be pissing off neighbors on Thursday. But like one of our neighbors was like,
fence. You've got 3 dogs.
Yeah, I can't walk 3 dogs 4 times a day. I don't have time for that.
No. Have you met the neighbors?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. It's a much older neighborhood, and like slowly new like younger families have come in. And like one of the ladies said, "Oh, well, we used to have an HOA and you couldn't put fences up like that." And Joe's like, "We bought in this neighborhood because there's no HOA. So thank you."
Oh, so she was trying to underhandedly be like, don't put up a fence.
Yeah.
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 Like, sorry about your luck, lady. And we're a corner lot. So it's like, it's not just fencing in the backyard. It's like a side yard and a side yard.
Yeah.
But like one side, we're going to do like a picket fence. So it'll look like it'll be more inviting. It's not as like confining, but the back side will be like a regular fence.
But because your front door is on this side and your garage is on this side, you only need a fence too, right?
Well, we had we're going to do the whole way around so the dogs can go on both sides.
Oh, okay.
So, which it's the neighbor behind us that was like, we used to have the one that's going to get the majority of the fence on there. And like their stuff is on our property. And Joe has said, like, we're going to put a fence up. Before we even moved in, we did the final inspection. We said we have to put a fence up. We have dogs. And
what do
the
you
guy
mean
was
their
like, sure,
stuff
no
is on your
problem.
property?
Like they have a lot of plants, like more plants than I've ever seen any place have. Like it's a maze through their backyard. And their like whole screened in pool is covered in plants. And some of it is on like right on the line or over the line. Like we had it surveyed.
They're potted, like you could just move their plants, or are you gonna have to dig them out?
Yeah. Well, some of them are like trees that are just kind of like hanging over, which those are fine. I don't care.
Yeah.
But I just think, and like I sit in the TV room and I look out the slider doors and it's like they're in their backyard doing things. And it's like they're in the backyard with me and they're like on the pool fence. And I'm like, like I want to be able to swim in my pool without my neighbor looking through the screen.
Actually, legally, oh no, because your pool's encaged in. I was like, how can you even legally have a pool and not have a fence?
Because it's got a screen.
Yeah, I just thought about that.
But yeah, so we'll be doing projects like that. Joe's really into cleaning out his garage. I could care less. That's where we're at. But we got a dining room table yesterday, so that's exciting.
It came.
Does it have?
It did.
She doesn't have chairs yet,
or no?
No, because it's a debate. It's a hot debate at our house on do we do the expensive chairs or do we go the affordable option?
Oh, the debate's
and I
still
vote
happening.
The affordable option. But
I
Bougie
found
Joe,
you ones that looked exactly like the expensive ones.
Christy, I went to Ethan Allen with Joe. And
that was your first mistake.
Yeah. His idea. And the chairs are $400 a piece. He's like, yeah, we need 8. I'm like, and a bench, like a custom made bench with custom fabric. And I was like, I don't know who you think we are, but apparently we're these people now. Just here, this is the only thing he wants to spend money on is the dining room. Like everything else he wants to like piecemeal.
Well, it is the first thing you see when you walk in your house.
Yeah. He also keeps saying, Jenna, this is like our forever home. And like, I'm like, yeah, but we have little kids. Like you don't buy forever anything when you have a 3-year-old.
Yeah. Fabric on the bench.
The bench will have like outdoor fabric, outdoor fabric. So it'll be easy to clean, but still it's Joe. So. But we did save, like the table he wanted to order would have been like really expensive for a table. And they had one in the store that was on clearance, but the base is not the color we wanted. And I was like, we'll take that. We'll save $3,000. Take that. And Joe can paint the base black for me and call it a good day. It's an adventure.
When are we changing out those light fixtures?
I don't know why you would want to change these light fixtures. They're, I don't know.
That's just like a simple, easy thing. It'll take him 2 seconds to change it out.
I know.
And it'll make all the difference.
Well, we're hosting I found out we're hosting Thanksgiving. Apparently I already agreed. I already agreed to this. I didn't remember.
Of course you are.
And so I think I'm just going to ride that wave of like, oh, we got to get it for Thanksgiving. Oh, we got to get this for Thanksgiving.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. You've got 2 weeks.
Yeah, we can do it in 2 weeks. But
the problem is so many things are going to go on sale for Black Friday.
I know. So I'm kind of like waiting.
Well, just get your dining room done.
Yeah. But like our chairs won't be here, no matter which chairs we do, I don't think.
No.
But there's like a fan in the kitchen above the stove. I'm like, who puts a fan there?
You mean like a real fan? Like a...
Yeah. Like a black, old school, cheap fan right above like the stove.
I don't think I've ever seen a fan in the kitchen.
Well, you can check it out this weekend. There are fans everywhere, and they're all different. Like, there's just a lot of
you
weird
were still
things.
a baby in the 80s, Christina, when they probably put all these things in.
It's probably been there since the 80s. Like, some of the fans are like droopy, like the blades are. I'm like, just go to Home Depot and like, I love a fan in the bedroom. I don't need a fan in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Like, so. And then just like figuring out switches is an adventure. But we're doing it. We're happy. And the kids are outside a lot, so it works well. Annoying the neighbors, I'm sure.
Well, I can't wait to come check it out again. I saw it briefly, but in the nighttime. I need to come in the daytime.
Yeah, it looks better in the daytime.
We are having neighborhood drama again over here in Christie's Corner. So last weekend, and it was either the weekend before or the one before that, around 5, 6 a.m., you just hear helicopters. And apparently there's been a very large police presence in our neighborhood. So apparently there's been a lot of car break-ins during like 4 a.m. hour. And it looks like, because everyone can see them on their cameras, a bunch of teenagers breaking into cars.
Is it like a group of them?
Yeah.
Okay.
So people were like, well, why us? And I'm like, well, this is probably one of the nicest neighborhoods in the area that doesn't have any type of guard gate. So it's very easy for anyone, there's so many different entrances to come in and whatnot. And then my one neighbor has been very vocal because his car got broken into. And he's just been posting that, the police were back. They're doing patrols. Hopefully this isn't going to be just swept under the rug. And my argument is every house in this neighborhood has at least a 2-car garage, 2 or 3 garages. Why are people not parking in their garages?
Well, some people have junk.
And some people have more than 2 cars. But is it just, they're not breaking windows, right? It's just if your car's unlocked. Or are they breaking windows? So
this guy who was all up in arms, his van was unlocked and they stole important stuff out of it. So I'm like, I can't with you right
Lock
now.
Your car.
Lock your cars. But they've been coming to our neighborhood too this past week and trying all the cars. But if your car's locked, then they don't get in. I mean, it's still obviously a violation, but it's also easily solved by locking your car,
I think they broke a police officer's window that lives in the neighborhood.
Oh, wow. That's real bold.
That's what I heard online. I don't understand why we're having helicopters for car break-ins. I feel like that's just a little over the top.
Unless they're chasing.
Are you sure that's only when they're chasing? For, though? Like, could it have been something unrelated?
That's what the officers told people when they were leaving for work that next morning. I don't know.
I haven't seen it on the scanner page, and that's a good source of information.
But I can tell you people that have 2-car garages and they don't even park 1 car in their garage. It's just filled with crap. I feel like if your garage is filled with crap and you can't even park 1 car in there, you need to get a storage unit. Probably. There are some communities you have to park in your garage at night. You have to.
They want their crap in their garage, Christie's.
But people are like, but this guy is like, I shouldn't have to do whatever. We need to get these scumbags. I'm like, okay, you get these scumbags. There's going to be more scumbags. Okay. Like, this is not the solution. Yeah. The solution is park your car in your garage.
But I mean, also, I do agree with him. Like, you shouldn't have to park in your garage because someone's going to break into your car.
Yeah.
Like,
But that's the world we live in, Christina. There's always going to be kids out there doing this.
Yeah.
Lock your dang car, because I doubt they're smashing all the windows. If your car can just easily be opened.
Yeah, I think we start with locking the doors. Like, take the necessary precautions.
Okay, but here's my other big thing. More so than the break-ins, why people should park in their garages. People double park on our streets that are not wide enough. Emergency vehicles cannot get by. And I posted, this has made me so mad. I said to my neighbors, imagine something happens to your child. Think of all the children we have in this community. Imagine something happens to them because an emergency vehicle couldn't get there in time because you all double park on our streets.
Yeah.
How can you live with yourself? How can you live with yourself? It's going to take a tragedy for these people to move their freaking cars. We have designated spots that people can park in. You might have to walk a little bit to get to your house, but they are scattered throughout the community. But just freaking park. If you can't fit both of your cars, at least one. But I know people that have turned their garages into play areas for their kids, mounted TVs in there, and are using it like a whole spare room, and then parking their 2 huge trucks out in the street.
I can see.
I'm very passionate about this
topic.
Yeah.
And honestly, I don't disagree. Double parking is a problem. I agree with that. And I would love to see a fire truck just run through and smash every single car that's double parked. I would love to see that.
One day.
Have you seen like the news articles where if you park in front of a fire hydrant, they just bust through your windows and put their hoses through your car?
Good.
I would love to see that in person happen because it's good. But I mean, I agree with you on the double parking. We have that problem too, and people post about it. But
that's worse than the car break-ins because that's life or death.
The posting about it's not going to change. People who do it, they don't care. That's not going to change their mind, you know?
No, they don't care. But I hope all of their cars get broken into at this point. I do. It's so ridiculous. And I said, where my house is located, it's not an issue for me because an emergency vehicle can get to my house just fine. Right. And I said, and I park both of my cars in my garage, so I'm not going to get robbed. So this really isn't my issue at all. But I feel bad for everyone else in this community.
But every once in a while, you should get a pad of paper too.
Yeah.
Once in a blue moon during the day, like if I have to pull up and whatever. And like Grandpa does when he pulls up. When
but your street's over, wide. You're at like the
mountain. Where I am, really wide. It's fine. Let's talk about my friend Sydney. And I would say this to her face, so I hope she listens to this. I don't know if she's got 3 or 2 car garage. I think it's a 2-car garage. They have 3 cars because her husband has a work car, his regular car, and then her car. They don't park any of them in their garage because their garage is hoarder central over there. She knows. I've said this to her face. So they park on the edge over here, but there's
deep
room.
Apologies to Sydney for not editing this out. So sorry, Sydney.
This is all Christy, not us. We don't share the same thoughts.
I've never seen her garage or her hoarding status.
And my neighbor and our friend Jenna even commented she can fit her huge ass Yukon that she just got. She's like, if I can fit that in my garage, anyone can fit any other cars in their garage.
Okay, so here's my question. So back to Sydney with her 3 cars and her 2-car garage. Even if she cleaned it out, assuming she has a 2-car garage, she would only be able to fit 2 of the 3 vehicles. What would your solution be? Could she park her 3rd vehicle, or should she sell her non-work vehicle and only have 2 vehicles?
I'm fine. Listen, I'm fine. If you can only fit 1 car in your garage and you have to park 1 on the street, that's fine. It would still minimize the
limit.
amount of people parking on the street. Okay. So I think we should all have to have stickers. I don't know. I don't know the solution to this because, well, Steve was saying we're not a gated community, so it does make it hard. But he was like, well, who would move? I go, tow companies. They would gladly come in here and start towing cars left and right. They make so much money doing that.
Yeah, but there's problems with that too. Like, we have a tow company and they come around, and our rule is you're only allowed to park on the street for a 24-hour period in 2 weeks. So once you park once, you can't come back for 2 weeks on the street. But the tow company comes through and they put these huge cheap stickers on your window, and it doesn't matter how long you've been there. Like, people were saying, like, they were parked there for an hour and they would get these huge stickers on their window and the stickers don't come off. So they were getting pissed because they weren't there 24 hours, right. Or like one person, like their family's caretaker, like comes during the day to take care of the elderly mom or something,
Yeah.
And they were parking on the street and it became a problem. I don't have that problem because we don't park in the street, but it does become a problem. And you can't really trust the tow truck drivers to do their due diligence before towing someone either,
right.
So.
Well, I know, like, one of my best friends from high school, when I went to her house, if you parked in the street overnight, you had to get a visitor's pass.
Yeah, a lot of them are like overnight. Like,
but we don't have any type of, like, our management company, no one's here at the office. I don't know that it just really wouldn't work unless they could email it to you and you print it out at home and put it in there. I don't know. But I know Prudy's community, they can't even be parked in their driveways at night. They have to be parked in their garages at night.
She lives in like a 55 plus community though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's easier to enforce when there's no kids because people like if you have teenagers, they have cars, Yeah.
Well, they just park every car in the law about if it is a legal parking, like a place that you can legally park, they can't limit you and they can't do anything about it being like a work vehicle. Because like Fishhawk used to have a whole thing where you couldn't park your work vehicle at home.
Work vehicle. That's a lot of neighborhoods.
So people would buy like white magnets and slap them over logos.
Slap them on.
But you should make your own like violation forms
and just start handing them out,
fill them out, and put them on windshields.
Big ass orange stickers and just start slapping them on cars.
You should just get like orange cardstock and just put it under and just go.
They have those ones where if you park bad, like you can put them on people's cars who park bad. But the other issue with my neighborhood is, and Christina doesn't have this issue in her neighborhood, we don't have driveways.
Yeah, that's an issue.
That's true. We have no driveways. So it's either park in your garage or on the street, whereas every other neighborhood,
there's not enough
have a driveway.
Like space, like in the lead up to your driveway to park a car. You have to park, like,
apron,
sideways.
it's called. Our apron could fit, and what some people do is one car horizontally.
Can it fit all the way in though, or would it block part of that alley? Because I feel like that's not even wide enough necessarily.
I think it could fit all the way in. Now, our good friend John that delivers our UPS, he has a big truck and his doesn't really fit all the way in. Like, if he's not parking it perfect, it does kind of jet out a little bit. But then if you're parking there, that's even worse because our mail and everything is back there, and that gets hit a lot by burglars because nobody's windows face out back because it's our garages out back. So your car is more at risk being parked outside in the back than it is in the front where everyone has cameras.
Yeah.
And have windows that look out the front of the house.
I feel like the cameras don't really help though. Like we have the people who are breaking into cars.
We can
clear on camera.
We can see them walk by.
What are you going to do?
How do you identify them? Apparently the one that they smashed the police's window, they got blood DNA off of it.
Oh,
but if
so they really
not in the
smashed
system,
well, and if they're breaking into cars, it will be eventually.
If they get caught.
True.
I mean, that's gonna escalate into other criminal behavior. You don't just go around breaking into cars and that's the end of it,
Yeah.
You don't come to Jesus that quick.
Yeah.
It takes a little more scared straight.
All right, I've calmed down now.
Oh.
I don't know
That's
why.
Probably it makes the most passionate I've seen you about a topic.
Yeah, it's not my problem. If, my house caught on fire, the fire trucks would be able to get here just fine because I'm right off, I'm not going to tell people where I live, but
I live at the intersection.
I don't have the issue all my neighbors have. Gina said she doesn't feel comfortable driving the Yukon down the street sometimes.
Oh, her street is so bad for double parking.
Her street's
so bad.
Yeah.
But mine is bad at night when everyone gets home from work.
Yeah.
And it's night and I'm like trying to get through. And then I heard one of my friends, she's moved out of the neighborhood. She was constantly complaining about this because her street was even worse than my street. She said one day the fire truck just laid on the horn and just laid on it until people started coming out. But what if you weren't home? And I don't know.
I think that fire truck should have just ran into every car. I mean,
it wasn't in an emergency situation. I think they were coming back from something and going back, and like they couldn't get through.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
That's all. But
your streets are that's technically private property, all those streets, right? So like HCSO can't come write tickets to those people.
Nobody knows. We get a different answer from everybody. I think our streets are not private. No, so they can. But up by the school, if you look,
that's private blue, for sure.
If the streets are blue, then that's private.
Yeah, I had a private property issue when a grandpa backed into my car that was parked in the parking lot because it was private property. So the sheriffs didn't want to do anything. And they said they couldn't write a police report unless the damage was over $1,000. But of course, you just have some random schmuck guessing if the damage is over $1,000. So he guessed the damage was not $1,000, and actually the damage was way over $1,000. But because I'm an asshole, I was like, no, you need to write me something. So instead of writing a police report, he put it in the system under some other name. I don't remember what it was. And I had a printout of it. And it was a good thing because the grandpa tried to say he didn't hit my car, even though we had like 50 witnesses of him hitting my car. Yeah. Anyways, yeah. So, but I thought maybe yours was the same, but guess not.
They just have fancy street signs.
Yeah, that's all.
All right. I'm assuming we don't have a game. Okay, on to the next. Should we? Let's do, I guess, junk in the trunk.
Okay.
Jenna was on junk duty this week.
It was an emergency junk.
You know what I thought about? I was like, oh, what if nobody's going to do a junk while we're recording, I just order some Uber Eats stuff to each of your houses. And the junk arrived.
Speaking of Uber Eats, Joe's so excited that we're like close enough for Uber Eats now.
Oh,
like,
yeah, I bet.
The other day I was leaving
Jenna,
and he's like,
it's going to
be bad. Chick-fil-A can deliver. And I was like, good job, Joe.
Everything delivers. You can get stuff from Walgreens if you need cough medicine or whatever and it's late.
Yeah. I did Walmart yesterday and it was here in an hour. My mom's like, how did you do that? And I was like, well, we didn't have any carpet cleaner and one of these dogs. And so I was like, let's get carpet cleaner. It was here in an hour. So.
All right. You got your junk, Christina?
I do. Mine's just in a baggie.
What's your vessel?
Grocery bag.
You're about to have the same vessel when you open up your cupcakes.
Oh. The hint. What? The junk is a vessel.
No.
Oh.
Oh, I saw this in her pantry the other day.
I got the bag. Jenna really
I'm so excited. I'm hungry.
Oh my gosh.
Wait, Jenna, how did you do this? Oh, I see. These are fancy.
It's just a little zip. I know. Well, normally we get like fall Ziplocs, and I couldn't find them this year.
Every year,
this is fancy. It looks. This looks.
Steven eats like the whole bag of it before I really get any. So
I have labels to put on them, but I didn't get it done in time. So you'll just have to deal with an unlabeled bag.
Wait, for those
watching,
we're
going to give them to the neighbors.
I mean, for those listening, it's a trail mix, a fall trail mix that Jenna makes every year. What do you put on? Crack. What do you coat it with to make? What do you call it? Fall crack?
We call it fall crack because you can't stop eating it. It has butter, 3/4 cup of butter, 3/4 cup of brown sugar, and vanilla, and then you coat it's got pretzels, Bugles, and Chex, like the Chex rice cereal, and you coat it in the butter mixture, and then you cook it for 45 minutes at 250 degrees, but you have to stir it and like move it around every 15 minutes.
I didn't realize.
You know what, Jenna?
What?
If we can come up with a Christmas one, I should just do this for the cruise and put like a Mickey sticker on it. That is just going to be the easiest thing for me to make 16 of these.
Yeah.
16?
I have more of those bags.
They
came in a pack of 100.
Were you doing a fish extender
signed up
thing?
to do the... Yep.
Oh, okay.
But it's hard because... Though, yeah, tell me.
It's like, you don't know these people. If someone put a homemade something in yours, would you eat it?
No.
Oh,
I probably would, actually.
Stuff. Yeah. They said people do homemade stuff.
You would eat it, though?
Yeah, I would. I know you wouldn't, but I would.
I wouldn't. Like, for Halloween, someone gave my kids, it was a Ziploc baggie with some homemade...
Oh, no.
Baked good or something in it. And I was like, where did you get this? And he was like, I don't know, one of the bowls. And I was like, no, we're not doing this. Like,
yeah. So I should have just signed up for the kids one, but I signed up for the whole room one. So it's like all different ages, like dads, moms, and then teens, and then little bitty babies. So it makes it hard. And then there's 20 people you have to buy for. So it's like, makes it hard because what can you give everyone that everyone's going to like?
Yeah. This is my favorite part of it, are the little pumpkins. The little
Do those pumpkins taste like candy corn?
Yeah, I don't like them.
I love candy corn.
I don't do candy corn.
So they're not always, like, they're not always easy to find. And they make this like mix with like chocolate candy corns, regular candy corns, but the chocolate candy corns are gross. So this year I bought a set, like a couple packs of the pumpkins. And my mom came home. She's like, I found the pumpkins. So we have double the amount of pumpkins needed for anything. But then we forgot to get candy corn. So that was an emergency. We had to rush out and buy it before it's gone.
Emergency.
But all is good now, guys.
I like the candy corn with this as a mixture, but the pumpkins are too much.
Yeah. Well,
but they look cute.
Yeah.
I'm going to eat this whole thing. I haven't eaten breakfast today. I've been doing so good on my diet, too.
You're welcome.
Oh, there's Reese's Pieces in here. You won't like that, Christina.
Yeah.
Anyhow. All right, what do we got next?
I'm looking for my
Florida mom.
Florida moms. Okay. This is from a mom's page here in Florida. Moms. Anonymous, of course. Moms, please help me achieve my dream. Please play matchmaker. I am 35 years old. I want to have another baby by the time I am 38. Only problem is I am divorced for 3 years. First 2 years, I was really busy and did not date. For the past over a year, I've joined classes and dating apps to no good at all. I have 3 years to find Mr. Right, form a relationship and have a baby. Like, that's so little time. I am literally crying thinking about it. I really don't want to extend it to 39 or beyond because I heard doctors treat you bad, high risk to baby, etc. Besides, I want more time in life to spend with my baby. Yes, people have told me, get a sperm donor, sure, but I have no support otherwise. I have no family or friends to be of support at all. I feel like I really need a dad that would be involved. Please, please help me. Please, this could change my life. Does anyone know a single man around my age, maybe a brother, coworker, etc.? Crunchy lifestyle. I was hoping for a man with a larger family, an involved mother, or other relatives that would shower baby with love, since a lot of my family has passed away. Wants to be a father within the next 3 years, lives in Tampa-ish.
Wow.
Seems a little
You got
desperate.
anyone for her?
I'm having anxiety for her, first of all, because that's a lot. Jeez.
How many kids does she have? Because she said another baby, but then doesn't say she has kids.
I mean, she must have kids. She was so
But
busy for the years after her divorce.
You know.
Oh, well, she's anonymous. Okay.
I
She's
just
30 now.
wish her all the luck in the world. That sounds like a lot of specific things she's looking for.
Why the age of 38? Because after 35, doctors are going to treat you like you're advanced maternal age anyway. So she's already there.
Geriatric.
So the age doesn't really matter at this point, you know? Not 39, but 38 specifically.
And then I love how she's searching for a man with an involved mother. I want to see how she's gonna.
Yeah, careful what you wish for, ma'am.
I think most people search for the opposite. That is funny that she specifically wants that, you know.
Well, like it seems a little desperate, and like you don't have any family or friends.
Please, this could change my life.
But she probably got. Did she get? I bet she actually got a couple people on there that was like, I have my friend.
I don't know.
My friend Scott over here is looking for someone, because I feel like anytime that happens. Well, first of all, she should go into the "Are we dating the same guy?" one, because people post in there. They all post, and they have guys that are like, you know, that they think are good for other people, just not good for them. And then it has a sister group. Oh, that's what someone should. It has a sister group that's like Tampa dating vouched for guys, and then people put guys looking for someone, and I am not in that group, but they put guys looking for someone in there that they like know and they say are good guys. Someone should recommend that to her.
What are you doing?
I was just thinking that would be so good for a Christy eating montage.
Yeah, that for sure needs to happen. The 1-year anniversary is all of Christy eating.
Oh,
did you eat the whole thing?
Gosh.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Why you didn't put 2? I don't know. I don't understand, Jenna.
Oh man.
I'll give you a refill. I have like a whole bag.
No, I didn't eat all the candy corn. Only some of the candy corn got eaten.
That's what's left in the box.
I hope she figures herself out in the next.
Eating the crumbs off my table.
Oh my god.
The Chex and Bugles.
Yeah, the Bugles are good. I like the Bugles.
Yeah, that's all my mom eats. Are the Bugles.
She just picks the Bugles out.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny.
Literally licking the crumb.
It's like what my kids do. You like look over and they're like,
we got a test drive, Jenna?
Yeah. I like that you're like, let's move on from me licking the table. Segue.
I'm just here for your entertainment.
Yeah. It's going to be hard to pull out all of the Christy eating pieces for the montage, though. That's why I haven't done it, because I have to go take 5 seconds out of every episode.
You just got to go to the junk in the trunks where there's been food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My test drive is all about planning your Thanksgiving meal, because that's what's coming. And not that I'm an expert on it, but we host 20 plus people most Thanksgivings and Christmas. So I have found my like things that work. So first things first, you need to know how many people are attending, because you can't just willy-nilly this. Because if you run out of food, that's not a good idea. And if you have too much food, you're just going to throw food away. So
no, you have leftovers for days and days.
Yeah, but only for so long.
Yeah.
Leftovers are only good for like 3 days, and then they got to go.
Okay.
We'll do 5
days. Even Christina's.
Even
Christina's. I'm surprised Christina's saying longer.
Yeah, me too.
It depends on what it is. Okay. And then
if it don't smell, 5.
I like. I like to assign people things, because you need to make sure they can actually cook and that they will be on time for the meal. Speaking from experience, we have a cousin, and I make fun of him all the time. He showed up 2 hours late one time with frozen quiche. Like, not cooked, not ready. They were frozen in the box. And he was like, here you go. And
kind of like a breakfast food also.
It was a brunch. It was like an Easter brunch, but...
Okay. Oh, okay. It wasn't like Thanksgiving.
But like it wasn't even out of the package. And I was like, oh, thank you so much, sir. So he has never been assigned food again, because I'm not playing that game.
So he got off easy. I'm going to bring a frozen quiche next time I come to your house.
Yeah.
Yeah, but do you want... Like, he's not going to cook anything. He usually ends up with dessert. because you can
like
be 2 hours
rolls.
late. Yeah. If somebody's always late, don't have them assign something you need right away. They can bring dessert. I like to pick sides that you can make ahead. So you can make like mac and cheese ahead, mashed potatoes, green beans, like all the stuff that you can make ahead. You make a couple days ahead of time, and you just pull it out, let it get to room temperature, and then you cook it on Thanksgiving morning. It saves all your time. Pioneer Woman has great make ahead recipes, and they're all like on our website.
But you have to have space in your fridge or freezer for all of that, though, right?
Yeah, but you'll also need that space for your leftovers. So,
okay.
Step 1, clean out your fridge. When you clean out your garage so you can park your car, clean out your fridge at the same time. Figuring out timing can be really tricky because you want everything to be ready at the right time. So you just go backwards. You take your end, like what time you need everything to be ready, and you count backwards for everything. And then you make yourself a whole schedule so you know what time everything has to go in the oven and what temperature. Christina, why are you looking like that's not normal?
No, that's normal. That's normal.
Oh, okay. We use disposable pans at our house, which is a little wasteful.
That's not normal.
But I have like all the dishes to do it, but cleanup is such a pain in the ass.
It is.
Like, it's nice to just
I was thinking of doing that this year, Jenna.
You can go to Costco and you can get a big pack of disposable aluminum trays.
Yeah.
And they fit a lot of times when you have 20 people coming, we set up like the chafing dishes. And so they fit right in there, and then you're done. And things can be ready a little bit earlier, and they can still be warm.
That's smart.
So, and then also make sure you have to-go containers so that you can send that food home with people.
That's a good idea. That's a good idea.
Dollar Store has styrofoam to-go containers, but you can buy nicer ones. And really the main focus is that if you don't bake, Village Inn has great pies. And they're cheap.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I wonder if they'll have their peanut butter one this year.
I think we looked and they did, but we couldn't.
They moved locations.
Yes, I did see that. So that's really, if you don't want to bake, they're like $15 for a whole pie, and they're great.
I might grab a bunch of different flavors. What I've been doing is finding out, because all my aunts and my father-in-law, they all like different types of pie. Like one likes apple, one likes pecan, so Walmart has those little dollar pie individuals. So I get those. No, they love this. I get everyone the one they want.
Yeah.
And put it with ice cream a la mode, and everyone's happy because they're getting the one they want, and we're not wasting huge things of pie.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a cute idea, but those pies do taste far inferior to a regular
do they
pie
not taste good?
Cut in
I'm not
slices.
a pie person.
I'm not a pie person.
I'm going to put Uncle Tony, I'm going to ask him to go to the Amish place to get pies again this year, I think.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So keep it simple.
Are those your hacks?
Those are my hacks. Just
I have a hack to add on that I discovered this week, and I told Christina about it yesterday.
What?
So I have 9 people coming, but they're coming everyone will be here for the whole week. So the night before Thanksgiving, so I don't have to cook or cater or do anything, I made us all a reservation at Hibachi.
Nice.
So we're going to go out to Hibachi the night before, and you always have leftovers. So then Thanksgiving Day, everyone will have their leftovers for lunch, because we run into this issue every year where I'm cooking all morning, for dinner. And then people are like, what's for lunch? And nothing's really open on Thanksgiving Day.
Yeah.
To go grab something quick. So
we do Chinese food.
Is that open?
Well, it's open the night. Like, we order it the night before, and we always have leftovers.
Yeah. Okay. So I guess you already knew the hack.
My lunch hack is I make a huge charcuterie table, at 10.
That's a good idea.
And they eat that for the whole time they're here. And dinner is all crock pot. It's exclusive crock pot for me for Thanksgiving. So everyone coming, I borrow crock pots from. And my mac and cheese in a crock pot, my mashed potatoes in a crock pot, my green bean casserole. I don't make anything. I just dump it all in crock pots.
I do the mashed potatoes in the crock pot.
But also don't make a new recipe you've never made for a holiday. That never goes well. I like to test drive that junk before. Usually like the month before Thanksgiving, there's like, we'll throw in some new au gratin potatoes or something like that. But I think my whole family is going to be in North Carolina, but we're not going. So we'll just be an Italian fest.
What do you mean your whole family? Who's going to North Carolina?
Like Samantha's going to go up to North Carolina.
Their whole family's
my mom will
going?
probably go.
And your mom? Oh, really?
Yeah.
What are they going up there for? Just for your other sister.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So it's just too much. I'm like, I'm not traveling.
So you're cooking, because when you were sending us those shirts today, I'm like, shouldn't your mom get the shirts since she's the one that does all the cooking?
I cook too.
Well, I know you guys like dual cook.
I found them as aprons with the same thing on it. And I was like, I'd rather have that as an apron. Cute. And then I can get the cluck around and find out.
Yeah.
Because I liked that shirt better.
Those shirts wouldn't go over well in my household.
Yeah,
but I think they're funny. Funny for you.
I think it'll be hilarious.
I could get away with the cluck around one, but not the other one.
Yeah, the cluck around for sure, but the other one, no.
Yeah. So that's it. Test drive.
I'm excited for Thanksgiving. I still don't have my plates and stuff. I've been searching them up online. I can't find anything I love. So
I found my Christmas plates and ordered those right away. I picked those up yesterday from the Walmart. I have gone down a nutcracker rabbit hole. Like literally, it has sucked me in. Are they
nutcracker plates?
Yes, they're so cute.
Yeah, the nutcracker.
All right,
like red steel nutcracker.
I'm not doing a big Christmas this year. All right, what do we got coming up this week? Nothing.
What do we got?
I have my big school event that I'm hosting on Friday night. The mom and son glow party. Although I think I saw a few dads on the chaperone list. So,
well, yeah, we didn't call it mom and son this year either.
Yeah.
I'm going to Legoland on a field trip. So,
ooh, that sounds fun.
Adventure. Oh, we're taking family pictures on Saturday. You too, Christina?
Oh, yeah, we're doing family pictures this weekend. Forgot about that.
And, I'm glad mine are done.
I was like, last minute, let's throw Wyatt a birthday party. And I was like, for sure, last minute, people will say they can't come.
Nope, everyone's coming.
Well, Jenna, you should know, because you invited me last minute, and I also scheduled my family photos last minute, I was able to not schedule them on Sunday, which was the first choice of when to do them. And so instead I scheduled them for Saturday.
Every person I text, they're like, yeah, we'll be there. And I was like, oh, okay. So great. Thank you. But it's as low key as I can be low key. Like, I tried. I did my best to keep it minimal.
I think I'm only bringing
Is your family coming?
Or what?
Is your family going?
Some. But like, between us and Sally, that's 10 children. Like, it's...
I know.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
I know. It is.
So, shall be an adventure. The pool heater's going in. Joe's like, we have to have a pool heater. And I was like, we don't have
tomorrow, right?
Yeah, I don't know. He's been out of town the past couple days. So everything that's happened, like everything got delivered yesterday, like all this stuff went on. And I was like, I don't know any of this. But he has to be home. 100% has to be home for this fence install. I will not be dealing with it.
Oh, yeah, with the neighbors. No, thank you. The
fence install's like actually pretty easy though. Like when the company comes, I didn't really have to do anything.
That's not what I'm worried about. I'm worried about my neighbor.
It wasn't for me because they came and they're like, your neighbor's pavers are right where the fence is going to go. And I was like, what? And then she wasn't home. And we ended up giving up like a foot of our property on that side because I wanted the fence in. I wasn't going to wait.
Oh, we didn't have issues like that. I think all of ours was already sussed out.
Well, like you can still see the survey flags and like the neighbors this way, like off what I call our side yard, but it's not really. They have this huge like vintage Hummer camo vehicle thing, and it's parked like 4 feet on our property. And like the survey flag is right in the middle of the driver door of it. And so apparently he like threw a fit when the lady that owned it before us took down a tree that was rightfully on her property. Like his property is only 5 feet from the side of his house, but he mows a good 8 feet over. So I think.
So like, have you talked to him? Have you touched base about the Hummer yet?
We've
move your car.
I don't care. Park your Hummer there. That doesn't bother me.
Oh, it's not going to be the fence that doesn't interfere?
No, the fence won't go. Like the fence isn't going to go in front of the house. And so I'm like, well, we know that he threw a fit about the tree. So I'm wondering, is he going to throw a fit about this? But so the fence is going to go up like 6 feet from, we decided we would come 1 foot in from the property line. And then that's it. So 6 feet from but like you bought that property, you have to know, like, that's on you if you don't know where your property line is. Not me.
Huh. So I think it's nice of you to give up a foot of your property. I wouldn't have done that. It would be right on the line for me.
So kind. So nice of us.
I regret doing that, but that's what it is.
The people
now.
Like behind us, like out from the pool, they have pavers that we've already told them we'll have to move. Have they moved them? Probably not.
Yeah, my neighbors aren't simple pavers. You can it was like poured concrete curbing. Like, so I don't even know how you would have to remove the whole thing.
Yeah,
That's
Christina would have pulled it out and put it at their front door and been like, here you go.
Insane. Thankfully, I have normal neighbors. Everything was fine.
Well, like part of the problem is a lot of these people in this neighborhood have been here for like 30, 40 years. Mm-hmm. Like we talked to one and they're like, we were the young ones 30 years ago when we moved in with our kids. And now she's like, now we're the old ones. And I was like, okay. Like we put up like the cameras. I'm sure they're like talking smack about, like we didn't even put that many cameras up. Like we replaced the floodlights with floodlight cameras. But Joe's gone a lot. And so he's like, I want cameras on the house because I'm not there all the time. So,
well, they'll be glad when people start breaking into their cars and you have video footage of everything.
Yeah. Like, oh, did you want to see my camera now? Like none of them point at anybody's house. Like they point at the driveway. They point down in the back, like the side yard. And then like we have one that points at the pool, one that points at the back doors. And that's it. That's all we got. Inside's a different story. Joe's like going crazy, but.
All right. Thanks for joining us on another episode of Between Carlines. We hope you had a few good laughs and had a lot of fun. See you next time.
Bye.
A lot of fun. A lot of fun.
A lot of fun. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Bye.
Bye.
Back to my crack.
Okay. Between Carlines is hosted by Miss Christy, Miss Christina, and Miss Jenna. Music by Lindsay Anderson, edited and produced by Miss Christina. Don't forget to subscribe and check back next week for an all-new episode. Thanks for listening.